Greetings. There is no God. There is no God. There is no God. Or is there? There is always the godmos, as I like to call it. God, historically, was really kind of a word for everything. The power, the hidden power of the cosmos, which is real. There's all kinds of things out there. Billions of stars, billions of galaxies of billions of stars. There's stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there. You'd be crazy not to believe that it has the power to connect with us. And potentially change our lives or influence our lives, our civilizations, even historically, our religions. People have always been seeing things in the sky. We know that much. The Star of Bethlehem, for example, just probably the most prominent example, but there's lots of other, perhaps slightly hidden evidence that people have been seeing all kinds of weird things in the sky. Plasma events, maybe. I'd recommend you dig into that one if you've never heard of that concept before. Plasma events could create pretty stunning effects in the sky. And there's some evidence, or at least some conception, that advanced species would know a lot about plasma and how to use it in space for travel, perhaps, or communication, or other kind of, well, plasma is just very important. And it can take many, many shapes and forms. And there's a lot of it out there in the cosmos. You're on YouTube, after all. You can go a long way just by searching electric universe. You'll find a lot of interesting stuff about the reality of the cosmos that the mainstream doesn't really talk about. So God's out there. If by God you mean everything that exists, aka the cosmos, the universe, whatever you prefer to call it, and it's conscious. There's plenty of conscious life out there that is capable of communicating with us. But at the same time, they probably have a principle not unlike Star Trek's Prime Directive of leaving our own evolution and the evolution of our civilizations and cultures and societies to us, letting us become our own destiny, achieve our own destiny, rather than have somebody that knows better tell us exactly what to do. Well, if we were told exactly what to do, chances are we would rebel against it, because that's the nature of life. Life wants to find its own way. It's like children. You have to give them encouragement to develop their own ways of doing things, not just sort of lay down the law. Disclaimer, I don't have kids of my own, but you can't be too rigid, too strict with them. I'm pretty sure. You have to give them their own space, you have to encourage them to develop their own ideas, because life wants to, have agency, have freedom. That's what life is all about. And, the incredible freedom that life on Earth has had for millions of years has led to, well, hundreds of millions of years, as far as we know, has led to blooming into an immense variety, immense diversity of species and life forms. That's all to do with the freedom that life craves, the desire to rebel if necessary. When life forms rebel, they become new life forms sometimes. So other species are treating Earth a bit like that. Like, we deserve to have our own space, our own time, to be able to kind of grow up and mature a bit like children. They would view us a bit like children in some respects. Not that they would necessarily know everything there is to know. Maybe they even hope to learn something from us in the long term. Okay, I think this has been a pretty good session. We've laid some pretty good groundwork today, and I think I'll stop there. But please let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe if it takes your fancy. See you next time.